Welcome everybody. Today we're going to be ranking every Marvel Rivals hero as a Grandmaster myself. If you take a look over here, I have around 55.5 hours of playtime. But with that amount of time that I spent and in comp and in Grandmaster lobbies, I will show you exactly what I rank as the players from S to F. I won't go in any particular order today, so I'll just go off the way it is over here. Now starting off with number 1, Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock, if played correctly, I think is such a great character. If you don't know how to play him, then I think that he's really on the bottom tier. And I think that goes for every character. Every character in this game is overpowered. But what makes it so good is that that's a good thing. It's kind of fair, because if that's overpowered, this one's overpowered, they kind of balance each other out. The fact that NetEase Games is not doing role queue, I think is phenomenal. I think role queue would kind of destroy the game, because in Overwatch you can only win if you have 2 tanks, 2 healers, 2 DPS. But here you can, I've seen a game where people won as 6 healers. I don't think that's like, you cannot comprehend that. But only in Marvel Rivals can you do that. You can win with 3 tanks, you can win with 1 tank, you can win with, okay, I would say healers you always need 2. That's what I've noticed. 2 healers is usually the base minimum. But Adam Warlock, phenomenal character if he's played well and with another healer. He's kind of like, he's literally immortal sometimes. And his res, if played well, is great. I think he's a solid pick. I think a great Adam Warlock would be a solid A. I think he's an A. On to the next character, Black Panther. Black Panther is the definition of a dive. If you have a good Panther going against you, you will want to unalive yourself. Black Panther is so annoying. He's so fast. He's so annoying. But I do think he is one of the hardest players to play. On that note, I will put him as a B. Because since he's so hard to play and not a lot of people play him, I think only a small amount of niche players can really use him to his full advantage. And I think that his abilities also aren't that versatile. They're kind of similar to each other. There's a dash and then there's his pull, and then there isn't really much cooldown in between them, so if you get a pick you can easily dash out of there. But I think, in my opinion, he's a lesser version of Psylocke, so I would put him, honestly, I think instead of a B, I think we'll go with C. Now we have Black Widow next. Black Widow, straight up going to F tier, and I'll tell you why. Black Widow is like a Widowmaker of Marvel Rivals, and if you know Widowmaker, you know she one-shots. Black Widow does not one-shot. Her whole ability is to snipe, so if a sniper can't one-shot, she's kind of useless. I think she's one of the few characters in the game that's kind of useless, and there's one other character in the game that's utterly useless. If you want like a sniper or a long-range kind of attack, you would rather go for an Hawkeye. Ult is also really trash. The ult is so bad. I don't think I've seen anyone get a kill with her ult, so on to the next one. The Incredible Hawk. Hawk is insane. If you know how to play Hawk, he's so annoying. Oh my god, it makes me so mad, because I don't know if it's just me and if anyone else has experienced this, but he gets his ult every 5 seconds. I don't know why, but it's like every time I fight him and he's about to die, we're all like, finally, he's one shot. He just ults, I'm hulking. Like, bro, stop. Seriously, enough. So I would put him as a tank. I would definitely put him as a B tier, because I do believe there's better tanks. So Hawk being up there right now, I think he's a pretty solid choice. If someone was to pick him, I'd be like, all right, that's cool, you know, I trust you. To the next, the first and original Avenger, Mr. Captain America. Captain America is such a funny character to me, because if you were to ask me to choose like the role of Captain America in like a shooter game, I would have thought to put him as a tank. Never. I would have thought to put him as a DPS. That was a little voice crack. If it was my choice, definitely would put him as a DPS and more as a leader, but never as tank. And you would think that his whole like gimmick is to throw the shield, get it back, and like throw, like, I don't know, more with the shield. But in this game, I don't think they really do much with his shield. I think they should kind of rework him a little bit, in my opinion. I don't really see much in competitive Captain America. When I do see him, he's more just putting up his shield and running and just running. It's like he has nowhere to go, and all you hear is assemble, and then he just dies. Kind of on the lower rank here, to be honest. He's not really that great. So I would kind of put Captain America as D. After Captain America, we got my GOAT, Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger is my second main. I'm kind of a one-trick with Psylocke. That's how I climbed my way up the ranks. I think that's what you should do too if you really want to climb a rank, especially at the time right now, Season 0. If you really want to climb high, one trick and do good. But if you can't do good, you gotta switch. If you insta-lock Duelist and then you go like 4 and 10 in the first like round, maybe try like 30 seconds a minute into the next round. If not, switch, please. I beg you, just for like the team. Don't be an egoist. You're not Isagi. Just stop. Cloak and Dagger, for me, my second main, I'll put her as S tier. And I'll tell you why. Cloak and Dagger is not only just, I think, personally, is my favorite healer. She's also Dagger. Or no, she's Dagger, he's Cloak. Cloak is insane as fighting. Like, you can blind enemies or like disorient them, and you can kind of like shift away by going temporarily invisible, like a Reaper, for a few seconds. So if someone comes and attacks you, you kind of can fight them. So if you have your support next to you or another tank, you kind of always win fights if you play her and him him well. And she's very versatile, and her healing is also really great. You don't even have to aim. You just throw your bullet somewhere, and I guarantee you 9 out of 10 times at the end of the game, if you're playing Cloak and Dagger, your accuracy will be like 96+%, 100% of the time. You just throw and the bullet will just curve straight and heal your teammates. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. I get the most healing out of her. She's so fun to play, and I get kills. I get ace all the time with her. She's great. I love her. S tier for sure. And then next we have Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is kind of like a Reinhardt. He has his shield, and his whole gimmick is the shield and the teleporter. In my opinion, you can't solo like tank with Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a great tank, but he can't carry a team because you kind of have to rely on your team as a whole. And if you're holding up the shield, you're not really doing anything besides stopping 800 damage. So personally for me, Doctor Strange isn't really one of my top picks. I think he's kind of on the lower side. I would rather have a Hulk than a Doctor Strange. So this is just my opinion, guys. Don't forget, this is all my opinion and as my kind of experience going to Grandmaster. So if you have any differing opinions, please let me know. Let me know if I said something wrong or you think something different. Don't forget, it's a different experience for everyone. I would put Doctor Strange as C tier. Just because, I mean, actually, I'll put him as B tier, and I'll tell you why. His ultimate. People don't know how to actually use his ultimate. If you use his ultimate, if you're a Doctor Strange main, you have to use your ult and get at least like 3 people. After that, you get damage and you raise your dark energy up to 100. When you get up to 100 and you release it, you get so much damage, so much damage. And like 90% of the people don't know that, even in high rank lobbies. It's so surprising to me. Every time I get caught in one of his Eye of Agamotto, I pray to God that they just don't know how to use him. So his ultimate does actually make him go high, and if you combine it with a Psylocke or with an Iron Man or Scarlet Witch, it's phenomenal. So next, I am Groot. Groot, guys, Groot is actually insane. He's going straight to S tier. A great Groot can solo. I'm telling you right now, he can box you up like a fish. Asian Jeff? No. I am Groot. He's so annoying. And I don't know if you guys know this, his walls, if he's close to them, makes him do more damage. So if you get literally boxed like a fish, he does so much more damage. And if he has a Jeff or a Racoon, it's over for you. It's so over for you. The team ups are so good with Groot. If it's on overtime and you guys are like 2 meters away from the site, if he blocks your like spawn, you're cooked. There's literally nothing you could do. You can shoot it, but for some reason, it just doesn't get shot down as fast. He's great. And his ultimate is literally a better version of the Eye of Agamotto because you get closer right into the center with his roots. It's beautiful. Groot is definitely an S tier, 100% for me. If you play competitive, I know you face this wrath of Hawkeye. He's definitely going to S tier. Come on now. I know, you know, I know. Going against a good Hawkeye, you're cooked. If your DPS isn't going and diving and killing the healers and then going straight for the Hawkeye, you're cooked. You'll just get sniped out of nowhere. Me, I'm getting sniped while invisible as a Psylocke. I don't understand how. I don't know why. Whenever someone chooses a Hawkeye, they just become a top 500 Hanzo main. Why? I don't understand. Like, I can play Hawkeye, but to the extent that these people in competitive are playing him, you would expect that they would be like the pro best archer in the world. Like, he's overpowered, and I don't know how. I honestly thought at first that Hawkeye would be like a low character. Like, not a lot of people would play him because he's not as strong. Nope, he's the second most banned character in competitive. He's just so annoying to play against, and for that reason, I'll put him as S. So Hawkeye definitely up there. Oh, okay, so never mind. We're also going back-to-back S's. Hela going to S tier, 100%. Hela needs a buff. No, whoa. She scares me so much. She has so much aura. I said buff. No, she needs a nerf. Why is she two-shotting me across the map? Hello? This is not supposed to be happening. It's a hit scan. There's no even drop off. Are you kidding me? The ultimate is also too overpowered. She can shift away. Like, she can go into a fight and then just burn herself away. She can literally do everything and anything from anywhere. So I think she needs a nerf. Hawkeye and Hela are the two like most banned characters in the game, and they just piss me off to play against. And for me, it's my luck. Every time I get a Hawkeye and a Hela on my team, the teammates that I get are the ones that you hear across the hall while you're trying to take a test. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the teammates I get. And then the Hela and Hawkeye that I go against are the top 500 esports, collegiate level, MLG. I'm just sick. I just get them to it. Thank God for the bans, because if not, I think I would break my monitor, I swear. Next up, we have Ironfist. Where would I put Ironfist? Iron Fist. Iron Fist for me is also going to be D tier. And then I'll tell you this. Iron Fist is a really good solo character. But I'll tell you that if you have a good healer and you have like just a decent amount of like a DPS, he's so easy to kill. He's annoying because if he targets your healers, yes, and then you die because you have no heals. But if you have a good team, good communication, he's honestly just like a little squishy. And he's more like a fly more than anything else. You just see him and you're just like, oh boy, here we go again. Not like, oh no, he's gonna kill us. He's just annoying. He's just annoying. And to play him, I think he requires much less skill than any of these other characters. I genuinely think that playing like Jeff the Shark is harder than Iron Fist. No joke, no joke. I'm telling you right now. And I've played all these characters. So Ironfist definitely in the D tier. Really can't do much as his own besides just be a pesky, annoying little rat and then expect your teammates to do the rest. So definitely D tier does belong to him. Cool character, by the way. I love each and every one of these character designs. We got Iron Man. I forgot what his ult is, like pulse beam activate, something like that. I love seeing him against me. He's such a squishy. You know the scar meme, the Fortnite meme where it's like Deku butt, Deku butt. Every time I see Iron Man, that's what I think. It's a golden scar for me. He's so easy to kill as any character. Even as a Magik, killing Iron Man is so easy. You would think that Iron Man is in the sky and it'd be so hard to kill him. No, he's kind of easy to kill. He's low-key trash. So I would definitely put him as an E tier, 100%. He's definitely better than Black Widow. He could do some damage, but he's very easy to counter. So easy. It's just a no for me. Jeff the Land Shark, the cutie patootie. If Jeff has 0 supporters, then that means I am dead. The second voice crack, by the way. I love Jeff so much. Every time I see someone pick Jeff or I see on the other team, it breaks my heart to take that shark out of this world. He's such a cutie and I love his voice lines and he's a great healer. He's so fun. He's such a strong foundational character. At first, everyone was hating on him because of his ultimate and how he was like almost so hard to kill. I think that now with the meta picking up and people getting better, we've been easily countering him. So I don't think he's like an S or A tier anymore, but I do think he's a solid C because if played well, really great foundation player, really great role player as well, talking in basketball terms. So he can do his job. He can do his job not as great as the other players could, but he's definitely up there. You know, we can rely on him. He's good. He's there. We need him, we can count on him. And also, I love Jeff. Now, another one of my top 5 most annoying characters to play against, Loki. Every time I see you know what I think of when I think of a Loki main? I think of like a fat, obese, like a Dorito eating, living in your mom's basement person. I hate Loki. Whoever plays Loki, you know, shout out to you guys for real. You know, Loki hate train 2024. I hate Loki. I hate his ability. I hate his clones. I hate everything about him, and I hate his ultimate. There's just nothing likable about him. He's just annoying. He's an okay healer, but he's again just like Ironfist is like a fly. He's more like a roach. You just need to exterminate it at all cost. Get Loki out of here. Get him out the game. Okay, he doesn't belong here. So on that note, I'll put him as B tier because he's just, if I don't like to go against him, that means it's good and it's annoying and it's doing its job. So I will put him as B tier. Luna Snow. Luna. I tried playing Luna. I don't know why. I would rather play any other support than Luna. I just feel, I don't know if I'm just not good with her specifically, but I feel like she's so much harder to heal than others. But whenever anyone else uses her, always an ace with like 40 assists and like 30,000 healing. And she's actually, I would say, the top most picked healer in competitive and most third banned character besides Hela and Hawkeye. People like to ban her, and I'm thinking they ban her because of her ultimate, because as a Psylocke man as well, if I use my ult and then all you hear is her dancing and, you know, going out in the club in the middle of a fight, I'm kind of cooked. It's like an ult for an ult and then nothing happens. It's just a waste of 2 ults. We just cancel each other out. But if Luna Snow wasn't there, it's an easy 3 kills. But she's, I think, top healer alongside Cloak and Dagger. So I'll put her in A tier with Adam Warlock. Phenomenal players, great picks. They do so much for the team. Oh, I love this character. This is my first, like, I love playing this character. Magik, third voice crack, by the way. Magik is so fun. She's so fun. And there's that one skin with her in the blue sword. Hashtag need that. She's so fun to play and she's so strong, and her ultimate is like Malekith from Elden Ring. She's so tough. I'm telling you, she's so awesome. I'm definitely putting her at S tier because a great Magik is carrying your team. I'm telling you right now, having a teammate as a Magik, you just feel so relieved that Magik is on your team. But if you see that Magik is against you and you see her just lurking around in the corner waiting for your next move to just instantly one tap you, when I say one tap, it's literally a one tap with a sword. She has combos that can literally put your health from 250 to almost 0 instantly with her dash, uppercut, and then melee, and then slice. It's over for you. It's such a quick like assassin. And don't get me started on a Psylocke and Magik combo. Not only do they have a team up, but they're like assassins. You're cooked if it's both of them on the team, and I know that because I am the Psylocke. I love it. If I have a Magik on my team, it's over. It's over for you. I'm telling you right now, just uninstall Alt F4 right now. Magik definitely S tier, 100%, no debate. Fear Magneto. Magneto is actually a really awesome character. He's very, I'll tell you right now, he's a better Doctor Strange. He has his shield as well, and he has better abilities with his bubble. And the only thing that I think he's lacking personally is his ultimate. Like, he says Fear Magneto, and I don't think anyone skedaddled. He's just a harmless old fella. So other than his ultimate, he's a really good pick, and I think he could one solo tank. Like, if you just have him as your tank and 3 other good DPSs, I think you'll be fine, because he can do damage, he can stop, like, shield your team, and he's good for staying your supporters. So I think he's definitely up there with the A tier. I think that's a pretty good solid pick. I don't think he's better than I don't think he's worse than Strange or Hawk. I would rather have Magneto than the other 2 tanks, and if you're good with Magneto, you're gonna kind of carry your team. Oh, good old Mantis. Mantis is such a cutie. She's so good and strong as hell for no reason. I'll just get sniped from a Mantis for no reason because she's trying to heal her teammates, and then I just get hit with like crossfire and I'm invisible. So I think she's like a kind of, I think her and Luna are very similar. Their ults are also really similar. I would say like Luna's ult is much better than Mantis. So just because of that, I would put her under Luna. So I'll put her on the B tier because Luna is better, has a better ult. It doesn't kill you immediately, but she's also a really great healer, and you want Luna and Mantis on your team. Those 3 healers right here, you need on your team, or else it's not really gonna work. They're great players, great healers. They're wonderful. You want them. Moon Knight. Moon Knight is a little interesting in this game. Moon Knight is kind of like a 50-50. The greatest Moon Knight player will be better than 80% of these characters. He's so overpowered if you know his little tips and tricks, but if you don't, he's kind of fodder. He's kind of mid. Like, I don't think a lot of people that play I think a lot of people play Moon Knight because he looks cool and he's like, you know, from the show and all that, but they don't actually understand his onk, and like, I think I said that right, and how his I don't know, his bullets or scythes like bounce off each other, and it doesn't even have to be on the ank. It's like, he's overpowered. You got to read the small fine print of him. So I think I'll put him as B tier because he's pretty good. He's a good pick. If you're a Moon Knight and you know what you're doing, you're kind of gonna cook. So yeah. I forgot to mention his team up. I'm not sure who. I think it's with Cloak and Dagger. He can go invisible and still shoot you. Overpowered. I didn't know that was happening to me. I kept getting shot, and I was wondering what that was all game. I just kept getting shot, and I could not find out why. It was just a Moon Knight being invisible. So annoying. So again, read the fine print. I don't think a lot of people even know you can do that as a Moon Knight. So definitely B tier for me. Another annoying character that I hate that almost no one plays is Namor. He's so annoying. And again, if played right, A tier. A tier for me. Do you agree with me? I think it's unanimous. Him being at A tier is a perfect spot for him because he's not S tier and he's not like mid either way. A great Namor is MVP. You don't even know a Namor is in your game until at the end of the game you see MVP. They just always rack up kills, and it's always because of those octopus, squids, whatever seafood, like, it's just always throwing at you like water bullets. It's just doing like 10 damage, 20 damage, whatever tiny amount of damage that add up, and he gets so many kills, and it's so annoying because it catches you off guard, and it doesn't take it takes more than a couple bullets to kill it. So it's just pesky and annoying, and it adds up. And he's like a mate. Whenever you get him to almost 0 HP, he just goes up, flies in his little water bubble, and heals up again, and it's like a restart of a fight, and then he has his healer behind him or his tank comes. Annoying character, but very solid to have as a teammate and play. He's a really great character. He's basically the kind of character you want to turn the game around. If you lose the first round, if you can't figure out what to do, Namor is always there. He will flip the game. I'm telling you right now. Trust me. Now we got Peni Parker. Peni Parker, in my opinion, she doesn't do a lot of damage. I think her strength lies in her mind. Her minds do a lot of damage, but you can only do so much with them because you kind of have to catch them off guard. And her other ability is to like stun enemies. So if someone does an ultimate like a Hela or a Scarlet Witch or a Punisher, etc., those kind of like one shots, if you stun them, it kind of cancels her ult, and that does raise her like a lot. But I don't think she does more than, like, I'd say Magneto or Groot. I definitely don't fear her as much as the others. I think only her good thing is her ult as well. She kind of becomes invincible and just throws mines everywhere. But without a healer, it's kind of easy to just kind of kill her. It's just, she just keeps running and just doesn't stop. Other than that, I don't think she's better than Groot, Magneto, and all that. I think I would put her as B tier as well. She's a solid pick, can't really carry on her own. Kind of easy to counter if you play it right. If I kill the healers, a Peni is easy. I can kill her as a DPS. It's kind of mid. And then here comes my baby Psylocke. Ugh, I love Psylocke. As soon as I saw like the character selection, I just knew Psylocke was meant for me. She's my soulmate. She's my soulmate. I love her so much. Out of the 50 hours, I probably have like 49 hours with her. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but she's definitely my top pick, and I love her, and she's the reason why I'm so far up right now with her. She's S tier, 100%, and I don't think anyone could debate that. A solid Psylocke, a good Psylocke will carry your team. The whole point of Psylocke is to just go behind, flank the enemy line, kill the healers, do damage, and kill literally all of them. She does so much damage even in close range. She's kind of overpowered if you think about it. She has shotguns for shurikens. She does so much damage. Like, you can, for me, I can take out a Peni Parker's his health in just one like mag. Just left click, right click, left click, melee, dash. That's even more than half. It's so easy. And I could just get out immediately and then go invisible. It's so easy. Kill one healer, dash away, wait like 5 seconds, go back, kill the other healer, and then boom, team kills a whole. There's no debate. Psylocke is definitely up there. And again, like I said earlier, Magik and Psylocke, I think that's the 4th voice crack. A Magik and a Psylocke duo, undefeated, unbeatable. You will hate to see it coming. You will have nightmares about it. Rocket Racoon. I think he's not the greatest healer, to be honest. I know that people love to play him, and I know that he can do great healing, but compared to the others, I don't think he's that great. I think he's on, I'm not gonna lie, I will kind of put him at E tier. The only good thing about him, to be honest, is his revive. But I don't think it really matters that much, because if someone died, it probably is kind of a skill issue if the team was playing right. So if you have 2 teams and both teams are good healers, it becomes a skill issue. So my point is that if I died and I have a revive, I'm just gonna end up dying anyways if I'm worse. So I'd rather have a support that heals me more so I can get a much more benefit of a healer and stay alive concurrently. So the only thing that's really great for him is his ult and his team up with Groot and his Punisher as well. But Punisher is, we'll get to that later. So I definitely think Groot is on E tier. I'm not really intimidated by him, and when I see him on my team, you know, yeah, for E for okay, no, sorry, okay, I'll stop. Next up, we got Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch at first was so annoying, and I hated play against her, but she kind of fell off. I think as the ranks kind of go higher, her ultimate is easily countered. She kind of doesn't have a lot of mobility, so if she gets into enemy lines, she's kind of cooked, and she's kind of like a trash Moira, to be honest. So I don't think she really does much. I honestly, I would put her as E tier. I think that someone with no skill would probably play Scarlet Witch because there's literally little to no tracking on her aim or her weapon, and she's pretty easily countered, honestly. Like, as a Psylocke, I could pretty kill her. She doesn't even know where I am. First, she's looking around. Where's the Psylocke? Where am I getting hit from? She's already dead. Her ult, again, is easily countered by Peni Parker. Luna Snow can freeze her. She can easily die from any DPS. Hawkeye can one-shot her. Namor can, it's so easy. She's fodder. She's mid. Don't worry. Don't even worry about it. Don't even play her. Don't even think about it. Then we got the amazing ultimate Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I would say out of, like, let's put it into comparison, 100 competitive games, I've seen Spider-Man 0.5 games. I haven't even seen someone play Spider-Man a whole game. I genuinely think I've only seen someone press Spider-Man, die, and then switch out to Spider-Man. I know that Spider-Man is a 5-star and arguably is the hardest character to play in the game, but I think at the point that we are right now in season 0, I think it's kind of too hard for anyone to get the hang of, at least in my experience and in my games. A great Spider-Man, I can imagine, would definitely cook you. He's so fast and he's stealthy and he can go climb under you, and his ability to like sling you back and drop you into like immediate death kind of cooked. So I definitely think a top Spider-Man would kind of cook your entire team without you even realizing there was a Spider-Man because of how sneaky he is. So I would put him at S because of how good he is. It's just that no one can use him yet. So for now, I would put him at A. Once the meta starts and people get better at Spider-Man and he becomes a more frequent like character, he would definitely be S tier. It's just for now. And I hope you guys can agree with me because great character. I personally can't play him. He's just, I just find other characters more fun, but for him, so much potential. 100% so much potential, and I can't wait to see what people do with him. Is that Racoon Girl? Oh, Squirrel Girl? She's kind of a mid Junkrat. Her ult is kind of trash, and she doesn't do a lot of damage, but she's S tier for one reason. Okay, no, I'm playing. Okay, she's definitely going on the E tier. She doesn't really do much. No one really chooses Squirrel Girl. She just is a more like radius damage, not really useful. Once you see her, you're not really intimidated. She got a big hitbox, if you know what I'm saying. A big hitbox. I think that was like the 6th voice crack or 5th. I don't even know anymore. Star-Lord is honestly, you know in games when then there's like cool characters and then there's boring characters. Star-Lord is like right in the middle. He's just like a chill guy. Like, you can't go wrong with Star-Lord, you know? He has auto aim, basically. It's kind of easy to play. He can carry, he can not. It just depends on the player. Again, he's just a solid overall pick. I will put him at C tier because there's not really anything that makes him stand out. You know, he's alright, you know? And then this person, I think her name is Snow. I actually have never seen anyone press her. I've never seen anyone play her, choose her. Actually, now that I think about it, I remember someone hovered above her for like 2 seconds. And I remember we were all talking about it in game chat. Like, I've never even seen someone press that character, much less play her. She doesn't exist in the game, not even in quick play. I actually have never seen her in the game. Out of my 50 hours that I played, I have never seen her. Tell me if you main her, please. Like, I need to know how many single digits of you guys are there, because she's just non-existent in the game. I don't even know where in the comics or movies she's from. I might just be uneducated, but you know what? does not exist. I think we're putting her there. Yeah, I think that's pretty solid. And here comes the judge, jury, executioner. Try not to wake up my family right now. Punisher is an awesome character. When I say awesome, I mean, imagine a Star-Lord just cooler, better, stronger. He's just good. If you hear that sound, judge, jury, executioner, you will feel your adrenaline rushing and pumping and looking around to see how fast imminent death is coming at you. He's definitely, he's an A tier. I'm not gonna lie. He's just, I don't know what it is about him, but he's so strong. He's just so annoying to play against. He's like a mid character that's been buffed. His ultimate and his turret, God, turret. If you're a tank and you see him get into that turret, and if he has a Racoon behind him, you're cooked. You're getting melted. You're getting disintegrated. You're done for. Unless you have, you know, a good DPS that flanks, kills him and kills the healer, and then you're kind of countered. It's pretty easy. So he's a very good solid pick. You want him as a DPS. I think anyone in the S and A tier, if you have them on your team, you're kind of chilling. It's a good comp. It's good. We have Thor. Thor just straight up C. He doesn't really do much. Every Thor that I've seen play does not know how to play a tank. They just play Thor because, you know, he's in the movie. He's cool, the god of lightning. All they do is charge up his hammer, run straight into the enemy. And then what? No healers, because the healers are not going to obviously go into the middle of the battle. And then he asks for, I need healing, I need healing, I need healing. Not a really great player. Can't really solo tank him. Doesn't even do that much damage. And his range is very short. So compared to the other player, honestly, I'm going to put him as D. He's like, I would put him D with Captain America. Yeah, he's on that level, to be honest. Not really intimidated by him. He's just annoying. His ult is all right at best. Not a great pick, honestly, especially in this kind of meta and comp. I'm sorry if I offended you, Thor mains. Venom, come on. We've all seen that Venom edit. He's Venom. I don't think you could really say anything much more. Venom is so cool, so tough, and he's awesome. He's going A tier. He's a great tank. He's awesome. A great Venom will rarely ever die because he just keeps getting hit and hit and hit, and then he just gets shielded. And then if he ults, it's over. Like, he just does so much damage, and he's kind of a unique character because he doesn't fight with his hands. He kind of fights with his tentacles. His hitbox is kind of slightly different than the rest, so he's kind of an interesting character to play and go against. And as a healer, I love healing Venom because he's just so big, you know what I mean? He's just so big. Venom is a great pick, solid choice, great tank, and it doesn't take as much skill as the others, so I think anyone can really play Venom. If you need a tank, Venom is the go-to. Imagine a Venom and a Groot or a Magneto, and just play the game. You'll know what I mean. Winter Soldier is so innocent until he two-shots you, and then all you hear is again. Like, you're kind of cooked once you hear that. And I don't know why. His whole ultimate is that once he hits you with his ultimate, he needs to get your health behind the red bar, and once he does, he can reuse his ult. Once you get hit with that, you just become like 90% weaker. So his ultimate is actually really cool, unique, and interesting, and fun. Once you get that like combo as the Winter Soldier, I don't think there's any better feeling in the world. I think he's an A tier character as well. Pretty solid pick, Winter Soldier. Pretty cool, pretty awesome. And then we got Wolverine. If you want a cat that just scratches your ankles, bites your ankles sometimes, Wolverine here is for you, my friend. So he's here for you. We'll definitely be putting him at, you know what, just because he's Wolverine and he's cool and I like the movie Deadpool and Wolverine, I'll put him at E instead of F. But he's just a cutie patootie. He's kind of a chill guy, honestly. He stays alive for so long, but he just scratches you. Again, that's the best way to put it. His melee is just scratching. Pretty funny. And when he gets so mad, it's like, oh, so cute. So I think that wraps up my tier list. Tell me if you guys agree, disagree, and what you would change. I think I'm pretty satisfied with all of this, to be honest. The S tiers are honestly, this is all from my experience, and I don't think I would really change anything. So again, let me know what you think, and if you want more, just leave a like. Tell me. Bye. Adios.